Baby said to me, hey, you know, I want you to be on my album, well, whatever. He sent this song over. It was empty. But it just had a hook on it. And so I sent it back to him quick. They had the record for a while. Now, you know, me and Slo were talking. We were talking, constantly talking. Listen, we're about to be like the mafia family. It's like, I'm the Gambinos, you know, you have like the family inside of the family. So go ahead, put whoever you want on the record. Because I already knew. They put the record out. I guess they didn't like the response. And when they saw the response, they just pulled the record off. And it's like, wow. And if you listen to that song, the way I did my vocals, hers were different from how I did my vocals at that time. Shortly after that, she started releasing all these records, doing her vocals the way I did my vocals. The problem with her is she was very catty with it. I never had a problem with her. I was always nice with her. The story she told, I don't even know what the heck she was talking about. Like, that's not even how it happened. But after that, it almost seems like when they realized, okay, we need Kim, we want to study her swag. And I think they wanted to get that record just to stamp that I was okay with what was going on. For me, it was a break back into rotation. But I personally think they didn't want me to stand beside her.
With Motorsport, I kind of felt ambushed. You know, I felt like Quavo at that time was, like, Quavo was my baby. I loved Quavo. And at the time, I went on Twitter and I explained how Motorsport came about. And, you know, people were saying that I was lying. So I texted Quavo and I said, hey, just, you know, could you back me up on this? Because, you know, I don't want people to think I'm lying. What do I have to lie about? You know, he texted me, he was like, I would go on Twitter and back you up if you were my girl, LOL. And that hurt because he's somebody, like, I love him, you know? It hurt my feelings to know that people would watch me be slaughtered and not one person will step in to say the truth. You know, they will run with that lie because it's entertaining to make Nicki seem like a bad guy. First of all, Quavo came to my studio and played Motorsport. He was the only person on Motorsport. I said, oh, that's a hit. That's out of here. I want to get on that one. He came back after and said, all the guys going to be on Motorsport. And he texted me and he said, is it okay to put Cardi on it? And I still have the text on my phone where I said, yeah, let's do it. And that's the only story I told. You know, I said exactly how it came about. It was time to clear the air about that. No one did that. All of them allowed me to look like I lied.